So here's the second 1966 Stratocaster we've done in as many weeks. That last one sold right out the door, and this one is just slightly cleaner than that one. It's mid-66, so it's got that big headstock, got that kind of classic mid-60s finish, but it's like just one of the cleanest I've had. Crazy, crazy clean. I purchased this one out of California from the family of its original owner. Not much story on it. They also had a 1950 Martin D28 that we're really excited about. It's in the shop, just getting kind of freshened up before we list it for sale. So hit subscribe if you want to see the new stuff coming in. But yeah, this one is awesome. 7.8 pounds. Nice original guitar with two changes. Primarily, when it came in, it had the factory wide frets, which I like. You know, it's a little, they started in like kind of mid to late 65, and just a little more fret to grab onto than the ones they were using in the 50s and even throughout the 60s as well. You can kind of sometimes sparingly see the wide frets, but someone had kind of filed the top of them very strangely. It was like maybe they didn't know what they were doing, and they filed them kind of heavy down here, but they didn't touch the fretboard. And so I took it to Jason and said, hey, can you refret this guitar with exact factory size and shape frets? Because I just didn't like the way they had filed them down. But you can tell it hadn't hardly been played at all, so there wasn't much player wear on the frets. I think there was just somebody who didn't know what they were doing who had filed those original frets. So Jason completed the refret, and it's so beautiful. I like to refret guitars in exactly the way the factory had them. So while we don't put them in from the side like Fender did, because you have to have a special machine for that, and we find it to be kind of unnecessary, we do use like the exact kind of crown shape and fret height that was originally on the guitar. And then Jason just does a spectacular job dressing the fret ends to look exactly like they did from the factory. So I think if I hadn't said this is a refret, you might not have spotted it. We never shoot the board unless the neck is crazy wonky. You know, every neck has just a few thousandths here and there, but we always take that difference out of the top as we're leveling down to the height that we're looking for. So, you know, I love Jason's work. His shop's called Homewood Music, and I've been working with Jason for 10 years now, and so he does all my refrets in the same way, exactly the way the factory had them. And this one is great because it's, you know, those wide frets are a little more common for modern playability anyway. So a beautiful refret on this guitar, hard to spot. And then it also had one change screw when it came in, which I just left in place because I figured it was kind of inconsequential. So it has a slot screw here on the neck pickup. I don't know why, it just does. But I mean, it adjusts up and down the way you want. It was one screw, and so it really didn't bother me. But other than that, a completely original and crazy clean example with an original case that is similarly clean. Yeah, just a beautiful guitar, great player. I'm really thrilled to have it in his shop. So I called in my friend Riggs to play it for us, show us how it sounds. So that's the 1966 Fender Stratocaster. Crazy, crazy clean. That player's name is Riggs Taylor, and there's a link down below to his YouTube channel if you want to check out his stuff. My name is John. My shop's called True Vintage Guitar here in Birmingham, Alabama. We only do vintage collectible guitars, primarily from Fender and Gibson, primarily 50s and 60s, solid body electrics and semi-hollows. Sometimes we'll mix in a few acoustics here and there, so I'm excited for that 1950 Martin D28 coming up. So if you want to check out this guitar, if it's still available, there's going to be a link down below in the description. Or if you want to check out the other vintage guitars we've got available, you can check out the website. It's truevintageguitar.com. If you like watching videos on vintage guitars, go ahead and hit subscribe. We'd love to have you. Thanks for watching.